Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lassan Legacy Studio. Thanks for joining us, myself and my executive producer, Brian Lassan, for this interesting and very exciting episode of My Day, My Story. I am your host, MC Par Excellence, Odimdim Okunrin, Akbero Jamaye, Omo Baba Gbobaniyi himself. That's Baba Gbobaniyi. That's one name I shouldn't mispronounce. All right. If this is your first time that you're joining us, we thank you for checking us out. And if you are a returning subscriber, please share this program, like it, and comment on this episode. Today, we are tackling an interesting topic. Our episode today is titled Trump, an enigmatic being. Just ọ̀rọ̀ lọmọ elétí ń jẹ. Let me repeat that. Our episode today is titled Trump, an enigmatic being. Bet ọ̀rọ̀ lọmọ elétí ń jẹ. And I would like to introduce this topic with a song to support my thoughts and my choice of that title. The first song that I would like to use goes something like this. Ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run bà mí, ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run bà mí o, ohun tó bá ti pinnu lọ́kàn rẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni tó lè dá dúró. Ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run bà mí, okay, ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run bà mí o. Ohun tó bá ti pinnu lọ́kàn rẹ̀ kò sóhun tó lè dá dúró. Okay, for all our non-Yoruba speaking viewers, the song just simply says, I fear God because he is unstoppable in whatever he has determined to accomplish. And ladies and gentlemen, viewers, this is what the incident of July 13th has translated to. Something monumental happened on Saturday, July 13th, year 2024, in a city called Butler in Pennsylvania, United States of America. Trump was holding a rally. He was doing his thing, JJ. And the crowd all was fired up. No pun intended here. At the opposite end of Trump's rally, there was this 20-year-old kid named Thomas Matthew Crooks, who had a sinister plan for the afternoon of that rally. Wait a minute. Did I just say the young man's name is Crooks? If you ask me, that name is synonymous with what a Yoruba traditional personnel will call Oruko Amutorunwa. That is the name that came with you when you were born. At about 6:05 p.m., former President Donald J. Trump mounted the stage and began speaking, and the crowd went wild. In the meantime, Thomas M. Crooks was crawling up on the roof of a building about 150 yards with no good intentions. Barely 6 minutes into former President Trump's speech, shots rang out from Crooks' AR-15 assault rifle from the top of a building, which I said 150 yards away. The excitement of the rally turned into pandemonium as Trump was bending down to take cover. Video shot of his right hand showed blood on the area of the upper part of his right earlobe. Gallant men and women of the Secret Service swarmed on stage to protect and evacuate Mr. Trump. In the process, he pumped the air as a show of power, a show of strength. And he went, which I translated as fight, fight, fight. And as a matter of fact, a lot of media houses confirmed that. In retrospect, that incident was a disaster of epic proportion that was averted by divine intervention. Baba God, the Almighty Father Himself. The immediate thought that came to my mind was the saying that one of my friends who resides in Houston now, when he listens to this podcast, as he usually does, he will know who I'm talking about. He always refers to every extraordinary occurrence as a result of the God factor. Can you repeat that? The God factor. So, in essence, it was the God factor that turned former President Trump's head away from Crook's line of fire at the moment that he turned, not an inch to the left and not an inch to the right, and not a second sooner. Otherwise, we won't be saying what we are saying right now. And let me say again, the God factor brought a song to mind. Kìkì àwọn tí ìwọ bá pamọ́ ló yọ nínú ewu. Meaning in Yoruba, only those protected by the Almighty Father is safe from disasters and harm. And to be quite honest with you, from death. How did the best protectors of presidents, the Secret Service personnel, miss all the activities of Thomas Crooks prior to him firing that first shot that missed Trump, that actually grazed his right ear? The God factor was actually involved in how Thomas Crooks got neutralized before he could cause more havoc in shooting haphazardly into the crowd and causing more people to become victims of his sinister intentions. Our prayers are with the families of those impacted by this unfortunate incident, because we learned that one person was hit directly and he's with the Lord now, and two other rally goers are critically injured, and we pray that they will get better. There are so many God factors in this incident that happened less than a week before the Republican Party's National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Well, having said all that, you all know what the story has been. The president was rushed to a care facility, and the following day, he thankfully was able to make it to the golf course in New Jersey, and that was thankful, because that was God's factor right there. And now, having said all that, a song came to mind that may be applicable to this situation. It's one of Admiral Dele Abiodun, the Adawa Super King himself. That was one of his hit songs in the 80s. And it goes something like this. Let me play it. And for those of you who understand Yoruba, you will know what it says. Let's go. Oh. Okay. All right. The year of election coming up. Whatever led Thomas Matthew Crooks to do what he did, only he and God will be doing that. And whatever is allowing the other party to not support their candidate, that I do not understand either. Thank you, Adawa Super King, Dele Abiodun himself. Ebawa Dasio. The voters are the Agbalagba this year, November 5th. You all know. Okay. That's the big question. And so we thank Admiral Dele Abiodun, the Adawa Super himself, who treated us to great songs in the 80s, 90s, and still going strong too. Thank you for that number. And so I urge fans of My Day, My Story podcast who understand and can decode that song in its relevance to today's topic to please comment and share this episode of our podcast. The God Factor is alive and well. Today's episode of My Day, My Story podcast, MDMS podcast, is sponsored by World Hero Pay mobile app, letting you know that there is a new global money transfer app in town with the capability to make your global financial transactions easy. We are also supported today, sponsored by Fiesta Reality TV, the reality TV channel that showcases you and your products and services. Now we are sponsored big time by Ekimogun Day 2024 organizers, which is happening on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. Mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. This year, again, we'll be featuring the super talented Seun Adeshemoye. Having said all that, I thank you. My executive producer thanks you. for being a part of My Day, My Story podcast. Until our next episode, I say ciao. Please share, subscribe, like, and comment. MC Par Excellence says thank you.